Your #1 choice for news for the 28th year in a row. 27 News First on WKYT starts now.
It's a horrifying situation. A Kentucky woman says she was forced to fight to the death to save her unborn child.
To kill her to maybe take her baby.
And it was the last thing this UK student expected this morning. His apartment raided by police and federal agents.
Were you inside when they came in this morning or what?
Yeah.
What did they say? And
Nothing, really.
But late this morning, police had a lot to say, charging the other students who lived here with stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars in rare books. And good evening. Rare books and manuscripts were taken last year from Transylvania University.
Today, police charged 4 men with pulling off the heist and raided their Lexington apartment. Jermont Terry's first at 6 from the scene.
Now, 3 of those 4 men lives in this house behind me. These rare items that were stripped from the Transylvania Library were stripped from this very home this morning. With large portraits in hand, FBI agents and local police carried out items they say never belonged inside this house on Beaumont Avenue. Investigators took back rare materials they say belonged to Transylvania University. They arrested Spencer Reinhardt, Warren Lipka, Charles Allen, and Eric Borsick, all 20 years old. But before police could carry out the stolen evidence, they had to get inside, and they were met with opposition.
At the top of the stairwell was an individual with a gun pointed down at the officers.
The gunman did eventually surrender, but this early morning raid did catch at least one of the 4 roommates living here off guard.
Have you seen your friends or anything?
No, I have no clue even what was going on. So
basically they allowed you inside to do what exactly?
To get my book bag to go to class.
Were you inside when they came in this morning or what?
Yeah.
What did they say? And
Nothing, really. I didn't have a clue.
But now he and everyone on the block is aware that police say 3 of his roommates and 1 other man pulled off the $100,000 heist and tried to cash out on the rare goods.
The persons involved in this attempted to sell the artwork in New York.
Now the materials are out of this house and heading back to the library it was stolen from. But investigators can't understand what prompted the 4 men, 3 who once played soccer for UK and another for Transylvania's soccer team, to turn sour.
Afforded the best education that our community can provide, would make these decisions that now are going to result in them being held accountable in the federal system.
Now, a spokesperson with Transylvania University says she's pleased to know that the rare items were found. Meanwhile, the 4 men will appear back in federal court on Tuesday. I'm reporting live in Lexington from Beaumont Avenue. Jermont Terry, 27 News First.
Thank you, Jermont. And the books were taken back in December. Transylvania says the stolen items include a first edition of Charles Darwin's The Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selection, printed in 1859, and a rare 2-volume set of books from the 1500s. The stolen items were valued at more than $300,000. We continue to monitor a story in northern Kentucky that may shock you. A pregnant woman in Fort Mitchell says a stranger tried to kill her to steal her baby.
Instead, police say the woman fought back despite being 9 months pregnant. Jennifer Nime has more on the woman's fight to survive and her baby's life as well involved.
And it was a fight to the death. 26-year-old Sarah Brady is pregnant with her first child, a girl. She could give birth any day now. Her due date was last week. And that's why her family believes 22-year-old Katie Smith tried to stab her yesterday. Now Smith is dead, and Brady says she killed her in self-defense. Police are investigating if Smith went to this Florence Toys R Us looking to find a woman about to give birth, found Brady's due date right on her registry, then lured Brady to her apartment by telling Brady she'd received some of her baby gifts by mistake, and Brady could come pick them up.
We have another package for you. And when she went and let Sarah leave the house. She said, if you leave me, I will kill you, and pulled a knife on her.
Brady told detectives she had to fight back, grabbing the knife from Smith and stabbing her.
She was fighting for her life because the lady was trying to stab her and kill her and wouldn't let her out of her house.
Now, investigators want to know if Smith planned to steal Brady's baby and keep it as her own. That's what Sarah Brady's family believes.
Yes, to kill her to maybe take her baby. She found an innocent person that wouldn't hurt nobody. She just defended for her life.
Police questioned Brady for several hours last night, but at this point they filed no charges and say it does appear to be in self-defense. Brady did receive some minor cuts in the struggle and was treated at the hospital. And Sam and Barb were told her baby was not hurt in the attack.
And that's equally remarkable when you consider what happened.
That she was stabbed, yeah, absolutely.
Now, the woman who was killed, Catherine Smith, had been telling neighbors that she was pregnant when police say she wasn't.
Amber Philpott's outside Smith's apartment in Kenton County, where neighbors are now hearing the truth. Amber?
Well, you know, people in this quiet neighborhood here on Superior Drive sure aren't used to looking out their door and seeing so many news vans, but many folks are starting to return home from work on this Friday night, and they're returning to a neighborhood where this bizarre incident is still all the talk.
Kind of disbelief. I mean, no one really knew what had happened, so it was a concern, first of all, over our neighbors and what really happened, what had gone on, and then, as I said, as the story unfolded, it became even more and more bizarre.
Here on Superior Drive, kids walk home from school and people normally come and go. But now as people drive down this street, they slow in front of house number 6 on Superior Drive. The questions are still swirling about Katie Smith, the woman who lived in this apartment and the one who police say lured another woman to her home, possibly with the intent of attacking her and stealing her unborn baby. People here say this is a quiet neighborhood, one where people keep to themselves, but one where incidents like the one that happened Thursday afternoon just don't happen. Now, people I talked with here that lived right next door to this apartment say they didn't know Katie Smith, say that they didn't know that anything like this would happen, and they say they sure didn't hear anything on Thursday afternoon. But across the board, when you talk to folks up and down the street, the sentiment is the same. They say they're shocked and both saddened by the truth, if it comes out, on the reason why this attack even happened, that this Katie Smith wanted to possibly steal another woman's unborn baby. So they say they're shocked and both saddened, and they're ready to return to what they say was a normal life before all of this happened in their neighborhood and on their street. We're live in Fort Mitchell. Amber Philpott, 27 News First.
But boy, you know that they'll be talking about this for days and months ahead, Amber. Thank you.
And now a follow-up to a story we had yesterday. There is new information today on that Amber Alert last night that had police looking for a mother and her 2 young Kentucky children. It now turns out that the mother did have custody of the children. Phil Pendleton is in our Southern Kentucky newsroom where he's been gathering information all day on this. Phil?
Well, Sam, state police initially thought the children were in imminent danger when their mother, Bonnie Faith, picked them up at the school in Monticello. Now, while there are obvious questions as to whether this Amber Alert should have ever been issued at all, school officials say the children were apprehensive about being with their mother.
We weren't sure they were in imminent danger. We just, again, noticed that they were uncomfortable.
When 25-year-old Bonnie Faith showed up at Bell Elementary to pick up the children Thursday, school employees felt something wasn't right. But while the kids may have been uneasy about going with their mother, police and school officials say she had every right to pick them up.
Well, we've learned that supposedly she produced documents stating that she did have joint custody with the father. And in the beginning, I don't think we were made aware of that.
Was on that list, is that right?
Yes, she was on the pickup list. And even if she wouldn't have been, being the biological mother, and we had no court orders to tell us that she couldn't pick them up.
No charges have been filed against Faith, and she still has the children with her in Georgia. But police are still investigating, and they say charges could still be filed.
This was what was obviously just a domestic dispute that unfortunately put those 2 children in the middle.
Now we have learned that the father, Jeremy Cross, and his wife were in North Carolina. They have been in North Carolina for some time, and apparently the children are being cared for by the step-siblings. Now, this entire investigation continues to be investigated, and police are investigating whether there should be other charges filed in this matter, possibly against others involved in this Amber Alert situation, and whether this Amber Alert, again, should have ever been issued. In the Southern Kentucky newsroom, Phil Pendleton, 27 News First.
All right, Phil, thank you.
Now let's take a look for a moment at what an Amber Alert involves. For that to be issued, state police say that certain criteria have to be met. Police say the child needs to be in imminent danger. Authorities say they also need to know where the child may be headed, and police say the Amber Alert system is only to be used in suspected abductions. State police say as far as last night's case, They believe the Amber Alert did its job since the children were found safe.
Lexington homeowners are being told they can feel a little safer. Police have made arrests in several recent violent home burglaries. Kelly Wilson is live now with that story. Kelly?
That's right. Lexington police have made arrests in 4 different robberies that have happened in the last few months across the city. One of those was a home invasion here on Crescent Avenue in the apartment complex behind me. That happened in January. Now, what's interesting about all these robberies, police say they're all connected.
All these suspects had a knowledge of each other, and they basically were committing these robberies throughout Lexington of homes.
A total of 4 adults and 5 juveniles were arrested in connection with 4 different robberies across Lexington. The January 12th home invasion on Crescent Avenue, an October 9th robbery on Spangler Drive, a November 11th robbery on Southern Avenue, and a December 30th robbery on Nancy Hanks Drive.
We believe that the victims were actually targeted by these individuals because they had some type of knowledge of them or some type of understanding of them.
Lieutenant James Curlis is glad these arrests have been made, but he says there will be more to come.
We have robberies that are occurring that are unresolved, and we're still working on those. And like I said, this information we're hoping will finger out into other cases that we can bring in other individuals and other robberies and solve them.
Lieutenant Curlis says the people arrested may be to blame for other robberies that have happened recently. Reporting live in Lexington, I'm Kelly Wilson, 27 News First.
And police are still trying to solve a January home invasion on Post Oak Drive where a man and woman were tied up and robbed. Detectives released composite sketches a few weeks ago of what those suspects may look like. They're hoping someone with information will come forward.
There's growing concern about weapons in Kentucky schools, but it's not the only thing the experts say parents need to know about.
Up next, new information about what's going on in the classroom.
And later, the Cats preparing for the Bulldogs. We'll hear how they plan to pull off another SEC win. You're watching 27 News First at 6 on WKYT.
Well, look who finally decided to take a break from his new computer. Hey, how exactly am I supposed to show off my amazing European-inspired suspension if I'm just sitting here? You know, I'm hoping that you're up there downloading maps so we can go somewhere cool when you're better. And may I just remind you, my friend, that were it not for me, you would not have that new Dell computer.
Ford Focus. It begs to be driven. Get into any Ford Focus with 0% financing or $2,000 cash back and get a Dell Dimension PC with a flat panel monitor and all-in-one printer at no extra charge. See your local Ford dealer today.
You could say that I know life's harsh realities. Born premature with a disability, I grew up in an orphanage. Jobless and homeless, as a single parent, we lived in an abandoned ice cream truck. But we never gave up hope. When I found Goodwill, I found help. They gave me the stability that I needed to raise my family.
Turning dreams into reality. Goodwill Industries of Kentucky.
Where's the Anderson report?
You already know AAA will jumpstart your car. But did you also know we can help recharge your batteries?
Set sail on a cruise from AAA and Royal Caribbean. Take a 3-night Bahama cruise starting at $259, or a 7-night Caribbean cruise from $499, or enjoy a 7-night Alaska cruise starting at $649. Call AAA for details. Travel with someone you trust.
Paul Miller has over 300 late model pre-owned vehicles, all with guaranteed credit approval. Tauruses, Camrys, Corollas, Cavaliers, Accords, Grand Ams, Mustangs, and over 150 more of the top-selling cars, domestics, and imports, many of which are certified with a 115-point inspection. Select the vehicle price and payment just right for you at paulmillerautoplex.com. Then come to Kentucky's big one and drive it home.
Shrimp lovers rejoice. Captain D's new Festival Shrimp combos are here. Get a boatload of zingy Festival Shrimp or pair them with our hand-battered fish with fries, pups, and a drink, just $3.99 each. New Festival Shrimp combos only at Captain D's.
The state's most experienced news team, covering Central and Eastern Kentucky. This is 27 News First at 6 with Barbara Bailey, Sam Dick, 27 First Alert Weather with meteorologist Chris Bailey and Sports First with Rob Bromley. This is 27 News First at 6.
When it comes to grading safety in schools, Kentucky is passing with flying colors. The report shows that less than 8% of all Kentucky students are violators of the law. But some startling statistics show drug and alcohol use is on the rise. Other violations increasing are defying authority, disturbing class, tobacco use, and having weapons other than guns.
Now let's check in with our wonderful meteorologist, Chris Bailey. Anytime he serves up a weekend coming up like this, I'll take it.
That's right. Give him the great adjectives there.
You know, I like it. You're calling me wonderful because we got 50s
wonderful
in the forecast this weekend. See, I know how exactly the game works. Now, if we had rain and snow all weekend, yeah, maybe something else I'm getting called. Live First Alert radar across the area. Not a whole lot of activity throughout central or eastern Kentucky. That is certainly good news for your Friday evening plans. So no matter where we're going out there this evening, we should be okay. As far as Mother Nature go, those snow flurries that we had earlier in the day now sitting across parts of West Virginia and Virginia. Looking back on our day, we had a few of those snow flurries out at Bluegrass Airport. The high this afternoon actually came late this afternoon, just over the past hour. That was 41 degrees after a morning low of 21. So temperatures today actually were a little behind where we should be for this time of year. Average 44 and 27. That record, well, the record low and record high set exactly just about 100 years apart. 40 right now here to the Lexington area, 37 in Covington, Jackson only 34. That's because we had a lot of cloud cover across the eastern half of the Commonwealth and really the eastern Ohio Valley. 50 showing up to our west and 60s down across parts of the Arkansas area, getting down into a little farther into the deep south. Through the next couple of days, we've got temperatures tomorrow after returning from the 20s tomorrow morning, going into the 50s by the afternoon. Then as we go into Sunday morning, generally mid and upper 30s area-wide, and those 40s for lows are sitting just out here to our west, and they're going to get in here as we go into Monday and Tuesday. For lows, that is. There's the cloud cover we're talking about continuing to work its way onto the east. The radar view from Kentucky points to the west. We have nothing really going on. Yeah, we've been looking for snow just about all winter, haven't we? You notice the little horseshoe of snowfall accumulation right across the Bluegrass area. Eastern Kentucky, you've seen some totals better than a foot across the higher elevations, generally 6 to 12 inches for most of northeastern and eastern Kentucky, 2 to 5 across the Bluegrass region. You go just to our north, Covington, back down into western Kentucky, some areas better than 30 inches of snow across the western half of Kentucky into southern Indiana. A lot of that had to do with the big December blizzard, but so far we haven't had any big snows across the Bluegrass area. Eastern Kentucky, again, you've had your share. The low pressure that is across Oklahoma City eventually is going to work its way toward us as we go to the weekend. No snow this time. This one looks to be a mainly rainmaker, though the pattern is going to try to switch around as we go into next week. Monday, Valentine's Day, a wet one right now, 52 degrees. Cold air really gets in here Wednesday, Thursday, maybe some snow showers and snow flurries, and it looks a little wintry for the second half of February.
Sounds good.
Does that sound good? I'm not sure about that one. I'll think about that. I don't know. Well, just ahead, we'll hear from Scott County's big man, Jared Carter.
I'm already looking ahead to that weekend. And the Cats expecting a physical game tomorrow from those Georgia Dogs.
I'm Sarah Wigglesworth from Lexington, and you're watching 27 News First on WKYT.
The 2005 Colorado Street Pack is here. Now choose a Colorado regular or extended cab with the Street Pack. Stylish aluminum wheels and fog lamps, as well as sleek body-colored grille, bumpers, and more. With the Colorado Street Pack, you own the road. And now lease a 2005 Chevy Colorado regular cab for around $169 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for lease details. See your Kentucky Select Chevy dealer.
This week on Wheel, Pat and Van are trying their luck in Vegas during Sweethearts Week. But listen up, Wheel watchers, because your luck is about to change.
It's the You Could Be on Wheel of Fortune sweepstakes, and it starts next week.
Weeknights at 7 on WKYT.
When severe winter weather hits Kentucky, turn to the team that won 2 Emmy Awards for outstanding weather coverage, reports from across the state, and the unmatched experience of the 27 News First team. Others talk about weather coverage. 27 News First and the First Alert Weather Team deliver.
Introducing new sippable Sunday milkshakes, such as turtle caramel nut, As we introduce these new sippable sundaes, we've observed there's also a need to introduce alternative reactions to them, beyond the standard unimaginative ooh, as follows.
Whoa. Man, oh man, oh man. Great Scott.
Steak and Shake with new sippable Sunday milkshakes. Look out now.
No one wants to get left behind, and that's just why Green's Toyota is moving you forward in 2005. Moving forward in a brand new 05 Highlander starting at $22,990. Moving forward in a brand new 05 Camry starting at just $16,990. Moving forward in the all-new 05 Sienna starting at just $21,990. Moving forward with rates as low as 0%. Central Kentucky, we're not looking back, and neither should you. Green's Toyota of Lexington, always moving you forward. Great people, great cars.
Pay the lowest price in America on this gorgeous microfiber dual reclining sofa.
Now just $4.99 during the greatest sale at Value City Furniture.
The Cats want to keep that streak alive tomorrow. It's a mid-afternoon game, right?
3 o'clock, Kentucky on just an incredible SEC run. All indications are it will continue tomorrow. The Wildcats go for their 10th straight SEC win tomorrow afternoon as they host Georgia in Rupp Arena. With Tuesday's win over Florida, the Cats have now won 18 straight SEC games over the last 2 seasons. Kentucky had no trouble beating the Dogs in Athens, but they know they have to be ready for a physical game.
You're going to prepare yourself mentally for a brawl. And I think you're going to go with the mindset, well, you have to go with the mindset, okay, you can't let this guy out tough you, but then again, you want to play smart. You don't want to pick up cheap fast because that's exactly what they want. And you just got to let her work the angles of the game.
We were banging every day in practice. Chuck Hayes, you know, he was a warrior out every day there in practice, and Bobby and Randolph. So we're pretty much used to getting banged all the time.
You can get beat, you know. Yeah, their record might not be that good, and their season might not be that impressive. But if you come out like a days ago, you can really get embarrassed.
Rupp Arena tomorrow afternoon. We will bring it all to you right here. Kentucky and Georgia, all the action beginning at 3 o'clock. And immediately following the game, keep it right here for Wildcat Overtime. Highlights, analysis, Tubby Smith's post-game comments from the players. Wildcat Overtime right after the UK-Georgia game tomorrow. Last night, the UK women's team had hoped to take a step towards postseason play. Instead, they took a step in the opposite direction. After trailing Florida by 7 at halftime, the Cats made a second-half comeback led by Nastasia Alcius. 3-point play here pulled Kentucky within 2. And then Alcius got loose inside for another 3-point play, and the Cats took a 2-point lead. But from there, they went scoreless for 8 minutes, 13 seconds, and Florida, led by Tamia Williams with 19 points, forged ahead and won it 70-59.
We just didn't get the ball in the right people's hands. We didn't execute well down the stretch. Just didn't seem like we had great leadership tonight on the offensive end. They're late. And you know, we were just trying to get the ball in certain people's hands, and then when that was taken away from us, we would force a bad shot. And that really hurt us. It did.
Scott County big man Jared Carter garnering a lot of attention from big-time basketball programs, some of the top schools in the country, making the trip to Georgetown, number 5 UK, number 1 Illinois, most recently number 2 North Carolina.
I was kind of nervous at first, but after a while it gets, you know, easy. You start to live with it. But it's pretty exciting sometimes. Like the head coach from North Carolina yesterday came in, Roy Williams, and that was pretty exciting also.
For the last 3 years, Carter's lived in Big Blue country, but before that he lived on Tobacco Road, where a lighter shade of blue caught his eye.
Like I was a UNC fan too when I lived back there. Yeah, they're both great schools, you know, academically and, you know, basketball-wise. But yeah, it is a hard decision.
The UK women's tennis team has cracked the top 5 in the Intercollegiate Tennis Association poll for the first time. The Wildcats are 3rd behind the last 2 NCAA champs, Stanford and Florida. Kentucky plays at number 13 North Carolina tomorrow. UK sophomore Lonelle DeWalt names National Special Teams Player of the Year in a fan poll conducted by a website. DeWalt blocked 7 kicks during the 2004 season, including 6 field goals and an extra point. Meanwhile, 3 other Wildcats have left the team: sophomore linebacker Brad Booker, freshman offensive tackle Eric Klopp, and sophomore offensive guard Joe Brady. And there's more 27 News First after the break.
Have you taken the SNK challenge?
You'd expect to pay $200 for each of these top quality suits.
But at SNK, you get not one, but 2 Kilburn and Finch suits with 2 shirts and 2 ties, all for just $250.
If you demand value,
shop SNK.
I consider naming him Nightmare or Trouble, but I settle on cash, because that's what he's cost me. Thousands of dollars in damage. I've got a line of credit, so I'm able to fix and replace everything. As for Cash, he's in obedience school. I think we got the problem licked now.
Farmers Bank and Trust Company and you. A great combination.
There's no substitute for a look of confidence. No better feeling than to see a smile and know everything is okay. This is technology's true face. Heart and vascular technology means so much more in the hands of the right team. The Heart and Vascular Institute at Central Baptist Hospital. Here for you, here for life.
2 great-looking suits.
Same quality wool blend fabric.
Same great tailoring.
But while you'd expect to pay $200 for this suit,
At SNK, you get 2 Kilburn and Finch suits with 2 dress shirts and 2 silk ties, all for just $250.
because you demand value.
Don't miss tonight's KYT primetime lineup right here on Channel 27.
With all-wheel drive performance, the BMW 3 Series grips like it's summer, even when it's not.
Patio Creations, the first company in Central Kentucky to bring you the concept of the patio room. And still, the only one to specialize in custom building porch enclosures and patio rooms. We've come a long way to become #1, and our reputation proves it. You've been thinking about doing it, so why not build with us today? We've been here the longest and worked the hardest to earn your business. So when you think of patio rooms, think of the best, Patio Creations, and call us today. Our estimates are free.
Join the 27 News First team. Call us with a news tip at 299-2727. We count on you and you can count on us. 27 News First.
A homosexual bishop could be costing Kentucky churches more than members. Tonight at 11 here on News First, another problem facing Central Kentucky Episcopal churches and keeping those sugary snacks out of Kentucky schools. More on that at 11 as well.
And we're certainly glad that you joined us. Hope you have a great weekend ahead.
It's
a lot of good things.
50s in here for both Saturday and Sunday, but rain Sunday.
Thanks for watching.